I don't know. I feel like it's too like. I feel like we're now turning into like Tom Pool.
We could do on this episode, and then at the end we could have all the little funny stuff, but then you could still play the funny stuff on Facebook for Nicole to make her feel really good.
Well, I feel like everyone's.
All right.
Everyone's.
Let's feel like getting into the show. This is Byron, Lazine, and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 77 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
The word is up, and we are in it, knee deep.
Yeah.
On this episode.
Yep. With your tan. Good thing
With
you got
my tan. I was tanning
this morning.
8 a.m. outside. Ness, who
did you put on oil?
organizes
Did you,
the show for us. I didn't put on any oil, but she dragged a table outside. We're going to get a table with an umbrella for these nice sunny days here in Connecticut.
Wow. We're spoiling these kids, huh?
Yeah, we are spoiling them big. Well, one of our offices, Nicole and I have an office in Niantic, and then we have one in Guilford on the shoreline. Our Guilford office seems to think when we ask them, like, what do they need ordered? Like,
for like supplies.
Paper clips and paper and pencils and these
clips.
kind of things.
Yeah.
They throw cookies into the list. Talk about getting pampered. So.
Well, I feel like they did that on purpose just to maybe get a spot on the Real Word.
Yeah.
They succeeded.
Our agents are getting pampered. Let's get right into it. We've got a couple rackets, and then our third topic today is going to be a big teaser, a big surprise we have coming over the next few episodes. So stay tuned for that, or just fast forward right to it if you don't care about these next two topics. All right. Racket number one, is there a major housing shortage coming, even more than what we're experiencing right now? All of our articles today, both of them are Inman articles. All three links are Inman. We're really pumping you hard, Inman. Keep that in mind for the Innovator Awards. But
just a maybe a ticket would be nice. Oh no, you said they gave us a ticket.
I think we got the ticket.
Oh, okay.
We've got to decide if we're going to go out there like today. Our deadline was Friday. Sorry, Inman. I'm going to get back to you today and
did they give us
are
a
we gonna
spot?
do this?
Did they give us a spot? Like, are we talking?
We have a spot to talk, but we've got to decide if we're going to come out there.
Did you find out if it was the big stage? Because I know if it was the big stage, you were gonna do the big
find
stage.
out if it's the big boy stage. I will, maybe to cut costs. Maybe I could room with the BA, the broke agent. I know, Eric, you've asked me to room with you at times, or no, for you to room with me, vice versa.
He needs your room.
Maybe now I need your room.
Yeah,
come on,
but he doesn't
dog.
do suites and stuff. Are you going to be okay with that?
Get a 2-bedroom suite, because I don't want to be sleeping next to you. So if you can book a 2-bedroom suite, I'm coming out there.
Oh,
BA,
boy.
the broke agent. Unfollow him and follow us, by the way, because if you're already following him, just follow us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
No,
BA.
follow him too. Follow him on everything. All right, so this article is, we're in a home body era, and that means the housing shortage is coming. So what does this home body era mean? Do you want me to give him the stat, Nicole?
Yeah, go for it.
And this stat surprised me. Did it surprise you?
No, I don't think it really did. But I I feel like nothing really surprises me anymore.
How much it rose?
No.
So in May 2019, the average tenure of homeowners in the U.S., that means the typical homeowner, the time a typical homeowner lives in their home, it rose 10% year over year to a total of 11.3 years.
Yeah.
To me,
because so 10% of that is like, you're talking about they added a year.
They added a year on, which is a significant jump. Now they're referencing the low interest rates as a reason why people, hey, got my dream home, low interest rate. Why would I move? It's my dream home and I'm locked in on low interest.
Right.
Why would I move?
Well, maybe they don't want it. Maybe they can't move. I mean, what they would be moving to potentially could be maybe worse than what they have because of the interest rate change, though, too. You got to keep that in mind, too.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. As interest rates go up, people are going to be less likely to get out of that good loan that they have. You make a good point there for sure. I'm going to call Racket big time, though, on this. Here's why. Yeah. Over the next 10 years, I think this number comes down. If I'm guessing on a decade window, I'm guessing that the 11.3 years goes under 10. I think the transaction in real estate is going to get easier to complete. Okay. I think it's going to get more automated. I think AI is going to help with that. I think technology is already helping with that. So I think the transaction and what the banks are working on right now, it's going to get quicker.
Potentially. But I think that you also need to take in consideration, though, the value of somebody's home not in dollar and cents and easy transaction. Because I think we had
I
one of
agree.
our beginning episodes was the fact that homes were actually essentially getting larger because like some people were like staying home and working from home and living from home and having in-laws and families move in with them. I mean, if that's really what's trending, and if people are really adding on to their homes in order to facilitate those changes, I only see it rising. I think that people are they're like, I think if you read a lot of the national articles, a lot of people are aging in place. There's a lot of builders that are now adapting people's current homes to work for them.
If we get enough
if
we get enough new construction inventory that meets the needs of today, that could be true. But here's where I'm going with this. My number 2 point.
Yeah.
Is that over the next 10 years, more millennials are going to come into the market and they're going to change their mind a lot, just like they want to travel a lot. I think they're going to want to live in multiple places. So I think as much as...
Do you think they're going to be buying then? I mean, I think we're seeing right now a lot of those...
Years?
Maybe,
yeah, I think millennials are going to buy and sell a lot in the next 10 years. And I think that baby boomers... even more so over the next 10 years. There's a lot of pent-up demand in the baby boomers that haven't retired, that are retiring over the next few years, that are eventually just going to say, fuck it. Like, I know I'm losing money, but this is a lifestyle decision, and I'm not waiting anymore.
Yeah.
I'm making the move, which is a sell and a buy. So I do think you're going to have some movement.
I don't know. I think I feel like we could agree to disagree.
Wow, we never disagree.
Well, we always disagree, but I think that I feel like there were also a lot of people that got hit really hard where, you know, like my parents, you know, my dad was able to retire, but like my mom couldn't. So like her retirement plan was, you know, she's got at least probably 15 more years just to like recoup like the loss that she had to. So I think that maybe the people that you're seeing that are going down to Naples and just had so much money that when they lost, like it wasn't that big of a deal. But
or there's people like, well, we use your mom a lot on this show.
Well,
Nance, we owe you a big gift card or something.
Gift card.
Yeah, something. I don't know. We send you a racket. But people like your mom who really kind of have found, I don't know if it's her dream home, but a home that really works for her in the short term and the long term.
Yes.
That house that she's in right now could work for her for a long time.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we moved her, I wanted her to make sure that even if she wasn't going to use the first floor bedroom, that there was a first floor bedroom.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
It is very interesting. It's a very interesting topic. I mean, we can't, though, ignore the fact that something is happening. I mean, there's an article on it.
Something's happening to me. What is that song?
I'm sorry.
Everything
Are
by,
you singing? You don't sing. You're singing?
Tom Ferry. I'm singing.
Oh, my God. Tom
on the
would
real
be thrilled to see that you're singing.
I love that line. Something's happening to me.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Does anybody know what he's singing?
It's a song called Everything.
Look, Suave
It shows up on my Apple Music all the time.
Suave knows songs, and he's saying no.
I play the happy playlist, the happy playlist on Apple, and it's in that happy stuff.
What is happening?
Feel
Has
good.
the sun gotten to you? You're happy.
Hey, when the sun comes out, the sun makes everybody feel good. You didn't know that?
Even you?
Even me.
This is
even me.
I feel like I've entered a weird.
Happening to me. You gotta find that song. Play it. Even if it's against YouTube's
I
guidelines.
feel weird right now.
All right, racket number 2.
Yes.
A luxury agent's summer checklist.
Yes.
So what's on it? Let's go through it. I want to get your reactions.
Yeah, it's all very weird.
Number 1, plan for the unexpected. And this agent that wrote this was Christian Cisco. He's a Sotheby's agent.
Wait, but he's also down south.
He's down south.
He's in
last name like Cisco. Who would have thought anything different?
He's down in I think he's I feel
no,
like
it says Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
Christian's been selling real estate in Jackson Hole area
Hole.
15 years.
Yeah, that's south from us.
South? Idaho?
Idaho? I thought
Idaho? Is that south?
I thought Jackson Hole was in North Carolina. Isn't there something?
No.
What's that?
Jackson Hole's definitely not North Carolina. Jackson Hole's Midwest.
Oh, okay.
Type of thing. I want to go. Jackson Hole's a good little spot, it looks like. All right, so Christian says, number 1, plan for the unexpected. Summer's fast-paced. Prepare to be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know what's going to happen. Meaning clients could stop in a moment's notice. Traveling. Hey, I want to see this house. I tell you what, summer's the best time to find these buyers that are like, hey, man, I want to get into the house in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm here from Long Island.
I get that all the time.
And I'm like, bro, Are you buying? No, I just want to look at it, man.
Yeah.
I'm
You
on
gotta
a
ask,
weekend.
you definitely
Get
have to ask
away.
the right questions, because there are tons of people that are like, I'm in town for the day, or I'm staying with a friend down the street. Can I get in? Unfortunately, a lot of my properties are occupied too, like with Airbnbs or, week renters. But this is the
Number one's a racket. Work
Racket.
your plan. Be flexible for the unexpected, I guess, but work your plan.
Well, I feel
Don't
like-
let other people dictate your plan.
I feel like all of real estate's unexpected though. So I mean, that's nothing different, right? I mean, people are always calling.
For the unorganized agent, for
No, but
sure.
you don't. But when you get a request in, I mean, this time of year, I actually get a lot more direct leads that come in because they're going off of a sign because they're driving by. So I'm definitely
So instead
busier.
of planning for the unexpected, do a better job pre-qualifying.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, ask the right questions.
Number 2, stay local.
Yeah.
You agree here?
They don't want you to go on vacation during the summer. I don't really vacation, I feel like, ever. So it's not that big of a deal to me. But we always talk about it. We always talk about that the summer is the time to actually really kick your business into gear because everyone else is vacationing.
When the week of 4th of July, when everybody quits on life and everybody else is on vacation, that's a good time to be on vacation. The last 2 weeks of August, when everybody has quit on life and they are vacationing, Labor Day, for an agent, I'm going to disagree with you, Christian. Those are good times for agents to get away because for you to say the last week of August, hey, I'm in the Cape with my family, right? Didn't you go to the Cape last year with the family?
Yeah, I did actually.
Look at that. I'm in the Cape with my family. That's super acceptable, right? But if you're like, mid-January in Naples, Florida, that might not be acceptable. That could...
Well, but it's
no, that's acceptable.
And I guess where I'm sort of falling behind though with this because it's for luxury agents. I feel like this has to do with any.
And we're talking right now.
He's talking about luxury.
And so I think that makes the point even more. When you're talking about the luxury clientele, those people are vacationing during these prime vacation seasons because they've got the money. So I think as a luxury agent, you want to be 4th of July sipping rosé in Napa Valley and maybe making a connection that you otherwise wouldn't.
I agree to that, but I guess the other problem here
we're missing our rosé trip.
Is that we're also talking about peak seasons. So as we know, the shoreline here in Connecticut, it gets much busier here. So
we're a tourist attraction, so for here it may make sense.
So they may be vacationing here and then decide that they want to buy a home that you have on the market.
And here's where
you do need to be here while they're vacationing.
Here's where I'll side with Christian on this too. There are levels to this, dude. For all you agents, dudes and dudettes, there are levels. If you're a new luxury agent, you better not leave your market for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
You're a new agent and you're a luxury agent and you're thinking about vacationing, no. Stay in your market for the next 3 years. Don't leave. All right. If you're an experienced agent and you can kind of control.
Well, unless you have a team. I feel like you kind of need to have a little bit of a team behind you.
All right. Number 3, invest in engagement, not events. Here's somebody who throws amazing events. She'll be throwing a 600+ person open house later this summer.
Yep.
House of Social Media built. Check that out. What do you think about this?
Well, so I guess I'm not really understanding because he's talking about open houses. He's calling an event. He's saying don't hold any public open houses. Instead, spend your time meeting people for drinks or hanging out. So I guess I agree with that as long as in your area there is a golf club that that there's going to be people hanging out at, or if there is a beach club or a pool club or somewhere where it makes a lot more sense for you to spend those 2 hours sitting around a pool chatting with other people.
And understand if that's your marketing play, if that's going to be your play in the summer. I'm a single agent. I'm going to do less time doing open houses and more of this time. You better understand that that's a long play.
Yeah.
Somebody sitting by the pool drinking a frozen margarita on a Tuesday afternoon in July or a Saturday afternoon in July isn't somebody committed to buying or selling in the next 60 days.
Right.
They're committed to chillaxing, dude.
Yeah. I actually, and it's interesting though,
so that's a long-term relationship.
I still very much believe in these hosted events, especially if you have a luxury property, especially if you are in a city or area where you have a ton of seasonal buyers coming through. This is when they're the nosiest. The open house is when they're going to be coming through. Then you're not getting those unexpected calls where they want to meet you in 2 minutes because you're there.
Dude,
come during the time.
Totally. I think you're doing an amazing job too on the way on the show. But we got training in like 4 minutes that we got to give the agent, so we got to move through this one a
Wow.
little bit quicker. I know.
You like to talk, but I'm not allowed to.
Now, once you start talking, I've just realized what time it was because I had a little bit of.
'Cause you were
I
like,
had a
I'm
little bit of
bored,
time in
you're,
there.
like,
I'm like, let
bored.
me check the clock, and now I'm like, okay.
But you keep talking. So
Yeah.
if I just finished my sentence,
Number
it would have been shorter.
Number 4, prioritize staycations. I think Christian's right on here because for your mental health, you got to take a break. So I'm
absolutely.
telling you not to leave your market. I think you're right on, Christian. Figure out something, a staycation.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I
Whether
hop
it's
to
a
the beach for
thing,
an
yeah.
hour. I mean, that's all you need. I mean,
Just an hour and you're like back.
well, sometimes.
Whatever it is, whether it's golf, like the things that are going to give you more energy.
Yeah.
Do with other people and take an afternoon off or staycation,
Absolutely.
whatever you call it.
Yep.
Here in Connecticut, we got some badass spots for staycations
Yeah.
up and down the shoreline. All right.
Take advantage of the marketing opportunities.
Number 5, take advantage of marketing opportunities. Always and forever take advantage of marketing
Well,
opportunities.
he's talking about because obviously your properties look the best in the
True.
summer.
Dude, great call.
So,
Great call.
This is the time to get your content. This is the time to share. This is the time to push it on your Instagram because, everybody likes fancy photos.
All right, so
right,
that-
Byron? You like fancy photos.
Love. I only like leaves on the trees here in Connecticut. So we get about 9 months where I hate all of our professional photography.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
third racket.
Third racket, not really a racket, just a preview, a little teaser here. Over the next few weeks leading up to Inman Connect Las Vegas, which, we don't even get any money if we sell tickets. So I'm not incentivized if you go. If I do go and Nicole goes, we're going to want to see you there.
Yes.
But they're going to be doing their Innovator Awards, okay? The Inman Innovator Awards for 2019. We were lucky enough, if you caught the last couple episodes, to get nominated for the podcast section. And we want to let you know that over the next few weeks, we're going to be reviewing all these podcasts that we're up against. So, for example, we've got Listing Bits with Greg Robertson. Looking forward, Greg, checking that one out. We've got Gradually, Then Suddenly with Russ Cafano. We've got Kevin and Fred's Next Level podcast. We know about ours. We've got the Tom Ferry podcast experience. I have checked that out, so I've got some review status on that. The Real Estate Sessions with Bill Reiser. Somebody on Instagram tagged me in this thing. They didn't tag
really?
you. I don't know why. Maybe they're DM Nicole.
It's all good.
We're going to check that one out. Industry Relations with Greg Robertson and Rob Hain. Scratch That with Emily from the Austin Board of Realtors. Voice of Social Sales with Chelsea Pitts. Could be a different pronunciation there, maybe.
Probably is.
The Massive Agent Podcast with Dustin Brown. We got a lot of reviewing to do.
Yes, we do.
Real Estate Influencer. Buzz, if you want this whole list, Nessa's going to link this up.
But we'd love to know if you've watched any of these, which is your favorite. Maybe if you have a favorite episode, we could hop to that episode and review an episode. I'm excited about it.
Even if it's not on this
It's
list.
a lot of homework.
Any great real estate podcast that you're also listening to along with the Real Word, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
We want to get connected and we want to get aware of those
we should do
podcasts.
that. We should do like a podcasters retreat or something.
Ooh, the pod treat. I like that. In Jackson Hole. Christian, take us out there.
Ooh, now we're talking.
All right, guys, keep it real. Thank you so much. Leave us some comments, leave us some love, and subscribe up to this deal. Peace.